Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Santai Talk. I'm Kenneth, and I'm joined by Jacelyn today.
Hello.
Unfortunately, Calvin, she's unable to join us for this week talk, but we'll try to keep it short for this episode. So, want to guess what's today's topic, Jacelyn?
Does it have anything to do with relationships?
Yeah, that's right. So today we're gonna talk about what is your ideal first date. I mean, for a girl and for a guy, right? So, like, can you imagine you dating someone for the first time, and then you guys like texting each other for like a few days now, and suddenly the guy asks you out for a date. So, like, for a girl, right? What will be your ideal first date? Because I've heard like a lot of stories of first dates, from horror stories to like super awesome dates to many. So like, why don't you tell me like what are the first dates that I mean, we can start by your experience first. Like, what are the first dates that you have been before?
Well, back then when I was actively on Tinder, like, I went out with a guy. He decided to, like, we just impromptu went off to like Sunway Pyramid to just get to know each other.
Okay.
So we decided to go to Nando's for dinner.
Oh, okay.
So with a lot of people who actually know me in person, they know that fast food is the number one no to bring me to.
But Nando's is it a fast food? I don't think...
I consider Nando's a fast food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he brought me to Nando's, and basically he just said, "Oh, you know what? Nando's is also not a fast food." Even though I said I didn't want Nando's,
okay,
because to me Nando's is fast food. Yeah. So anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, like, we were talking, having a nice conversation. It was quite decent, and then all of a sudden, a family walked in.
Okay.
And this family that walked in had just so happened to have a toddler.
So
the toddler was just throwing things all over the place.
Oh no.
Like, for me, I'm still quite cool with kids throwing stuff around.
Yeah,
because,
like it shows that the parents did not like properly discipline the child at home, right? That's why he's showing this kind of behavior in public. So yeah.
Basically, even if the kid throws a tantrum and stuff like that, for me, I can actually turn a blind eye towards that. Because, I mean, you can say that, parents didn't teach their kids well, or the kid just decides to misbehave. I mean, all these things are very subjective.
Yep.
But what I can't stand is when a grown-ass adult that you're on a date with throws a big fit over a small child.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So that kid sort of like affected your date, and then because of that, it ruins the mood of the date.
Yeah. So basically, the kid started throwing things around, and then the guy got so like angry and frustrated. He just said, if the kid just throws one more time something at me or towards our direction, I'm going to scold the parents.
Wow.
I mean, that was just basically the end of it.
Can you make it less of yourself and more about us?
A kid is a kid. You can't really tell the kid to you can always try to tell and explain to kids.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean the kid has the capability to understand what is going on.
Yeah, that's true. So, wow, like, I mean, I hear a lot of stories before this as well. Like, some guys, like, the girl go out on a date with the guy, but then the guy make the date more about himself than being with the girl or together, like just the two of you guys. Because I feel that going on a date should be a moment shared between the both of you, right? And the moment should just be between the both of you. So it's like, if let's say the guy lets something affects him and then it somehow ruins the mood, then I feel that I mean, especially for something so trivial. So it's like the EQ of the guy is probably a bit. I mean, needs to work on now the EQ.
I mean, yes, but the thing is, okay. If I'm on the first date with you, I don't know anything about you, but basically that shows the judgment of that I have.
And that's the first impression, right?
And not only that, right? It just shows that you're not capable to be a patient person.
And then can you imagine if you can't stand a kid, and what if I'm with you somehow down the future, and because of some disagreement we have, like I mean, of course, a couple's gonna throw tantrums to each other, and what if I had a tantrum, and then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna scold me or whatever?
Yeah, so I mean, it's not only about like maybe we have a tantrum, I have a fit with him. What happens if I actually go all the way and have a child with the person?
Oh shit, yeah.
I mean, like, to me, it's just a nightmare that will be a never-ending one. So like, and apart from that, I told the person I don't drink bubble tea.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, I want bubble tea. And back then, the bubble tea was all the way, I think, in the other wing.
What?
The bubble tea shop, I think it was all the way in the other wing of Sunway Pyramid.
And then you guys have to walk all the way.
Yeah. And then but basically, like, when after the meal, to me, that it was never going to happen.
Because I feel that maybe the guy probably made it more about himself on that date than the both of you. So that's why it's like a lot of things is about him and not about the both of you guys. And that's why I
can't even remember what happened like during our conversation. But the two things that threw me off was just like,
it's how you feel with the guy, right? It's how you felt when you're with him. That's why you're not gonna go on another date with him, because you felt that he's just, first of all, he's
immature.
Yeah, he's a bit immature. His EQ cannot handle the most trivial things, and then it's like he did not consider about you, and then he just go ahead with what he wants. So I feel that it's how he make you feel, and that is what I think is most important on first dates, right? Like, guys, if you go out on a date with your girl for the first time, the first impression is the most important, and it's not about what you say or what you do, it's how you make the girl feel during the date. Yeah, you could do or say the silliest thing, but if the girl likes you, she feels that she can be with you, she feels that you have a good sense of humor and you're fun to be with, she's gonna go out on a second date or third date with you. It's how you make her feel. So I think that is what is most important. Okay, so that is one of the horrible dates you went for, right? But do you have like any good like first dates experience?
I can't think of any.
Oh gosh, is Malaysian guys at such a bad level that you can't go on?
Well, I've been on dates where the guy forgets their wallet.
Oh my god. Then you have to pay. You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because we already had food already.
Well, yeah, you see guys, you can't do silly mistakes like those, like forget your wallets, forget your car keys, forget your pants, whatever, man. Like it gives a bad impression to the girl, and it ruins the feeling, right? It ruins the mood, and I don't know, for the ladies it's just gonna be a big turn off. So okay, Jaislyn, so maybe you can share with us, like, what is your ideal date then? Like, imagine the perfect guy comes along and he prepares the perfect dates. So can you imagine how it's gonna be like for you?
Perfect dates. Maybe somewhere quiet enough, but not totally secluded, where shit can happen.
Yep.
Maybe like a beach or picnic.
A beach or a picnic?
Yeah.
Nowadays people go to picnic at the KLCC park, and I do see a lot of people like setting up their basket, their mats underneath like the trees next to the pool, next to the water fountain, in KLCC park. But I don't know whether it's gonna be a good experience because the weather is hot as hell.
But the thing is, like, I mean, I guess whether it disturbs you or not.
I think it would be good if you go on a like 5 p.m. right, 5 to 6 p.m. when the sun is going down, and then the weather is not so hot. I think that is the best time to go for a picnic. But the only place I know that people can go picnic is maybe KLCC Park, which is in KL, and then the nearest beach, I think, at least the ones that you can enjoy is I think it's in Tanjung Sepat.
Where's Tanjung Sepat?
Tanjung Sepat is is at Sepang, but then it's not far to like going to PD, but it's actually you stay in Selangor, but you're kind of near the airport. So Tanjung Sepat is where this Gold Coast what was it called? Gold Coast? You know the chalets that's out in the ocean, not out in the sea. Yeah, it's over there in Tanjung Sepat, and the beach there are actually quite okay still. But of course the water is a bit, all the water in Peninsula Malaysia is like a bit dark now, but the beach is still nice in Tanjung Sepat. Yeah. So, but wow, first date and already going to Tanjung Sepat? I don't think so, right?
No, I mean, like, it can be just in Putrajaya.
Yeah.
So like it's something that is just different, or like it allows you to concentrate on each other instead of just a normal dinner, because everyone does dinners.
Yep.
Picnic shows that you actually put in thoughts, put in effort to prepare the food or whatever, to plan out activities.
And I'm not sure if you agree with this, because sometimes girls, when they go on a first date, they wear really nice, they wear really pretty, and then sometimes a good date for a girl is to take pictures for the girl, like Instagrammable pictures. Like, do you agree with me? Because
no,
like going to Putrajaya, there's a lot of scenic places, and it makes sense for the girl to wear nicer, and then just make it a photo trip. Like, you can just go around different like.
But the thing is, like, then you wouldn't be really talking to the person about stuff. You'll be like trying to figure out how she should pose or how he should pose. And to be honest, I wouldn't want a guy to have my photos in his phone if it's the first date.
Yeah, probably that is what couples do after they are like together already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. So
because you never know what he can do with the photos, or what she can do with the photos.
True.
I don't end up on a OnlyFans page or whatever with some edited picture of big boobs or whatever.
Oh shit. Yeah, true. I think what you say is very, very true, because first date should be more about finding out,
getting to know each other.
Yeah, getting to know each other, finding out about each other. So I guess somewhere quiet, somewhere you can spend long hours in and just sit down and talk. I think that would be a good first date already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what you bring up makes real sense. So I have this, a very quiet place, right? Like, I have this place called the Majestic Hotel. They serve according to my friend, the best high tea. Have you tried?
I've never been there.
Okay.
But the thing is, with first dates especially, what I feel is I do not want a guy to overspend. So if the guy overspends that much, I feel that I will need to compensate with something roughly around the same price. If it's not money that I have to compensate with, it will be something else, whether it's a kiss, a hug, or whatever. And especially if the date isn't going so well, because you wouldn't know the first date what it's gonna be.
Yep.
I'd rather not do it. Like, I'd rather have, because first dates are normally when a guy tries to impress you with his money, he's trying to flex and everything.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just a turn off, because personally, whatever the guy can get me, bring me to, afford to buy for me, I can afford to buy it myself. I do not need someone to pamper me. I need someone to show me the reality of what it is going to be like dating you.
True. Like a lot of girls, I find that their impressions sort of like misjudged, because a lot of guys, they like to show off how much money they have by spending quite a lot on the first date, and some girls they are impressed by that, and they kind of neglect the how to say, the chemistry that they have. And sometimes the guy is actually not a very good person, but because he have money and he have like a lot of things, nice things, and then you get impressed by them, and you finally go on a date, like
you get blindsided.
You get blindsided. You get into a relationship with them, and then you find out that you're not in a very happy relationship after that. So I find it kind of sad now, that because a lot of young people, that they actually getting into a relationship because of that. First is the looks, second is the money, then third comes the personality. But like we all know we should just check out personality first before anything else. So so what kind of place then you prefer for the first date? Like maybe a cafe, a small cafe? What do you think?
A small cafe where it's quiet enough for a proper conversation, or a picnic, or basically I don't want a movie. I find that movies a lot, you don't really talk to the person, and it's more groping than anything else.
Okay, pro tip guys, never bring your first date to a movie. Never do that, because nothing is done, nothing is being progressed when you go watch a movie with your first date. Because like Jacelyn said, first dates should be finding out about each other, should be getting to know each other. And if you go on a movie, what are you gonna talk about? You're just gonna watch the movie and then that's it. and you end up not knowing the girl more than you started the date with. So pro tip guys, no movies. Okay, so
cafes are okay depending on what the girl or the guy likes. So for me personally, cafes with cakes are a plus, because I like cakes. And coffees that offer other than coffee, cafes that offer other than coffee is also a plus, because I don't drink coffee.
Okay, so because nowadays cafes are very trendy, right? And some cafes, when they became famous, they really became famous, and the line sometimes can be super long. So I can see that sometimes when two person go out on the first date and then they decide to go on these trendy cafes, although yes, the girl will say it's fine, they're waiting because everyone is waiting, but still it doesn't make a good experience. So try to avoid famous and popular cafes because of the long wait time, because the last thing you want to know is have your beautiful date standing there in line and getting sweaty, and then all her nice makeup or hairdo gets ruined. So,
not only that,
I
mean, if you actually want to bring her to these trendy cafes or whatever, make sure you can get a reservation.
Oh yeah.
Do not join the freaking queue.
A lot of these cafes, they don't have reservations actually. So unless you go for some, it doesn't hurt to call them first.
It doesn't hurt. So.
Call the cafe. See whether if you can make a reservation. A very nice cafe that I know is at Bangsa South, called Botanica & Co. The environment is super nice.
I avoid going to places with no parking. Before I can even
parking.
Enjoy the date, I get pissed off trying to find parking.
Oh, you couldn't find parking there?
I believe it's near one of the Australian cafes. I can't really remember the name. Marchandale, that area, right?
Botanica & Co. is near the Sphere, but then it's not in the Sphere. It's at the Vertical in Bangsa South.
I've never been to that area, but I remember going to Breakfast Thieves in Bangsa South.
No,
Yeah.
Bangsar South is not in Breakfast Thieves is not in Bangsar South. It's in
Oh,
Bangsar
in
itself.
Bangsar itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Breakfast Thieves is a super trendy cafe, and then you have a lot of how to say, like you say, the parking issues, and then a lot of people waiting in line. So I would avoid that place.
Yeah. Another pro tip: if the girl tells you she does not want you to walk her to her car, do not walk her to the car.
Oh, why is that?
Sometimes they just don't want you to see what their background is so fast. So I usually tell a guy, please do not walk me to the car if I realize they're walking me to my car.
Well, okay. What if they walk you to the level, like once the lift, like in the parking lot, like that level already, then he will see you off at the lift there. You know, like how you go into.
I would think that would be okay. But you know, guys don't just stop there. Somehow, even though you tell them a million times, I do not like people walking me to my car, they still go ahead and do the same thing.
Because
the remark that comes after that,
yep,
for me is just a turn off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because your background is a bit different, right? So that's why you don't want some guys to like find out about your background so fast. So sometimes yeah,
but the thing is, okay, it really depends on the individual. I mean, if she's the type that says, oh, could you please walk me to a car, definitely walk her to the car. But if she gives you a really black and white line saying, please do not walk me back to my car, just leave her alone.
Okay, so I think what guys can do is maybe just ask the question, do you want me to walk you to your car? Or
that would be great.
Yeah, just ask the question. And if let's say the girl say, please do not walk me to my car, then at least you can say, oh, at least let me walk you to at least to the lift or the escalator.
Yeah.
And something like that. So I think that's the alternative lah. So pro tip, guys, if the girl says don't walk her to her car, don't walk her to her car. pro tip, guys. I totally understand what you mean, because some girls they maybe have a lot of personal stuff in the car, or because of some other reasons that they don't want you to see things, and then
But also apart from that, what happens if she actually still feels insecure with you?
Yeah. Or yes, exactly. Maybe because somehow during the date something went wrong, and then she doesn't feel that it's secure. Then like just ask, right? Don't just walk her to her car.
Just back off and say, you know what, you know, I mean, even if you back off and wait till she's more comfortable, she might not just totally turn you down. If you insistently walk her to the car and she feels uncomfortable, I mean, it's very easy to say, like, if I were in a situation, I'll just say, okay, you know, I'll just block the person and say, you know, I'm not interested anymore.
So I mean, give the girl some space, because that's how a relationship should be, right? When you first date, when you're first trying to court or get into a relationship with somebody, it's when you talk to the girl, and then you give her some space, and you don't talk to her for a while, and then after you talk to her again. So it
push and pull.
Yeah, push and pull. Like, guys, please master that technique. Don't go too way over. Girls like to be slowly take their time to get into the relationship. So yeah, like, give the girl some space. Okay, so
talk about yourself.
Oh yeah, and when you're talking to the girl, or when you guys are like in the restaurant itself, let's say you find a very nice cafe and not too many people, nice environment, good ambience, and then you guys can talk about each other. Please don't just talk about yourself.
Or your exes.
Oh, exactly. Never talk about your previous relationship. Never ask about the girl's previous relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, if she want to tell you, she'll tell you. Okay?
Yeah.
So, don't just talk about yourself. Never talk about personal stuff. Instead, talk about things that you both like.
Or dislike.
Yeah, I find it such a turn off, right? When I mean, it's just not applying to girl or guys. Girls sometimes also, like when the girls just keep talking about themselves, and they don't put any effort to find out about me as well. I think as a guy, it also turns me off, because I would like to share with you, like it sort of like shows the interest you have in me, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that much interest in me, then you just keep talking about yourself. So that means
it's a one-way conversation where you just listen and I talk.
Yeah, I like Jason. I'm sure you've been through some of these relationships before, where the guy just talk and talk and talk. Then you just sit there like, yeah, I agree to everything you say, and I hope this date ends quickly.
Yeah. So I have a friend that actually told me this. I only go for coffee dates as my first dates. I will never go for a lunch date or a dinner date or a breakfast date. And the reason why is if I don't like the person, I just only need to spend an hour with them or less, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If I need to go for dinner, I'll have to at least spend an hour or more.
Yeah.
Like, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, there's a secret there that you just leaked out for girls.
Yeah.
So guys, when your partner say, can we just do lunch? Then you know that they're putting you to the test. But then again, an opportunity is still an opportunity, right? So you have to.
You know, the girl actually gives you opportunity, or the guy actually gives you opportunity to go on a date.
You're considered
it's whether
like
you blow it or not.
You consider like damn lucky if the girl give you an opportunity, because probably there are like 10 other guys who tried and they didn't get the opportunity.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, if you do well during the tea date, right? You know, you can always progress on to like the dinner date, and then the night date.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. So okay, I think.
What's your experience?
Okay, so for me, right, because back then when I first started dating, I was super clueless. I don't know what to do. So I actually brought my girlfriend, date back then, to Chili's in Mid Valley, and she ended up ordering nothing.
Why?
I don't know, like I think maybe she's not used to the food. So
is this your then girlfriend or your now girlfriend?
My now girlfriend, because my then I only have like one ex before this, so and that was when I was extremely clueless, so I wouldn't consider my first that one as a proper relationship. But I went to Chili's and I ordered food. I'm like, why are you ordering any food? I was like, probably not my type of food. So I don't see anything wrong back then, but now looking back at it, I'm like, shit, that was such a terrible date.
Well, at least you got the girl.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, how did I even get her? Because like you said, like a proper first date should be going to a nice cafe whereby it has all the things that the girl wants, and not just the food that you think is okay, because what you think is okay is not what is okay for the girl. So I was super clueless. So now, right, ideally, if I'm going on a first date again, what I would do is I'll probably bring her to a nice quiet place. So probably a cafe, or like you say, a cafe there's not too many people, not too long wait time. So I think my perfect cafe currently, I think a lot of people go out on the first meeting at Bangsar South, the Sphere, because parking is quite abundant there, because there's actually a lot of office buildings there, and when you go on a Saturday, because nobody's working on Saturday, so
so there's a lot of ample parking, right?
Yeah, there's so many parking, and the environment in the Sphere is very nice because they have a very nice garden. You can just go on a walk in the garden, after your meal, and then very nice breezy walk. So and yeah, what I like to do is during the day itself, when we are in a cafe, I would make the effort to ask some of the things about the girl, to ask about the things that she likes, and it is an extremely high plus point if she asks me back about my interests, because so far a lot of new people I've met have not asked me back about what is my interest. Yeah, I've done a really good job in getting them to talk. I mean, I by profession, I'm a salesman. I know how to get you talk about yourself. Like, I'm extremely good at getting you talk about yourself. But how I know if you're a pro is you ask me back about my interests. So
now currently I'm actually thinking whether or not back then when we were first introduced to each other, whether I asked you anything.
It's okay, because I think I've already know you for like what, 7-8 years.
Yeah, right now we have known each other for a long time. But
it's
I mean,
such
back
a long
then,
time. Yeah, back then I'm such a dumbass. I don't even know what I'm doing. So even if you ask, I wouldn't know what it means. but yeah, now I know. Now I know whether if that girl is a girl worth for me to fight for is when she asks me back about my interest. Because as much as I give a damn about that girl, I need the girl to give a damn about me as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really huge plus. And yeah. So after,
what's your thoughts on whether or not the girl pays the bill or splits the bill?
Oh, okay. So for me as a guy,
on the first date.
Okay, for me as a guy, I would pay the bill.
Okay.
But I mean, I would always pay the bill by default, right? But what really tells me that she's the keeper is when she offers to split the bill.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, so this is the debate, right? The equality, the women and the men, should we split the bill or should we pay the bill? Okay, guys, it's very simple. You can do it both ways. You can split the bill or you can pay the bill. But of course, whatever you choose have its consequences lah. It's like a video game, right? You choose option A, then it goes to the ending for option A. You go to option B, then you go for the ending for option B, right? Yeah. So if you split the bill, and it depends on the girl. If the girl is that kind of traditional girl that relies everything on the guy, and then you ask her to split the bill with you, and then she will of course not feel good, because she feels that, I mean, from her cultural background, maybe it's normal and natural for the men to pay for the bill. And if you split the bill, then you probably won't leave a good impression to her, right? So it all depends on the cultural background of your date. So I assume now most dates, right? Most girls, they are used to equality. They're used to I want to chip in my fair share, that kind of mentality. So it's not uncommon for the girl to offer to split the bill. So for me personally, I would pay the bill by default. It's fine. So when I bring the girl out to the cafe, I'll make sure whatever is ordered in the menu, I can cover everything. Think about it. I mean, of course, think about it behind your back. Like if the girl orders something really expensive and you know that you can't pay, then you just order something that's a bit cheaper for yourself. So I mean, I would pay for I would pay by default, and the girl is like a huge plus if she offered to split the bill, or she offered to pay for our next date. Yeah. So can you imagine if the girl say, okay, thanks so much for the meal, next date it's on me, then you know what, it's like a double plus point for you already, because not only you have the next date is free.
Yeah, but then I mean, I guess it really depends on whether a girl wants to see you the next day as well lah.
Yeah, true. So of course, that is if you've done everything right before this lah. If the girl says next meal is on me. Then you know you did everything right, and the girl want to see you again.
Yeah.
So yeah. I hope you guys get a few tips on first dates, like tips and tricks. So, Jason, anything you want to add before we call it a day?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just summarize. First, bring the girl to a nice cafe. Quiet. It doesn't have to be too trendy. You just serve good food. Of course, first of all, find out what the girl likes. Does she like cakes? Does she drink coffee? Does she
go to Chili's?
Yeah, does she go to Chili's? Oh, so fail, man, back then. Yeah, then after that, when you're in the cafe, don't just make it about yourself. Make the effort to talk about your partner as well, and make it a two-way conversation. And then when it comes to the bill, please, as a guy, pay first, and let the girl have the option to chip in or not. If she chips in, you know she's a keeper, right? If she doesn't chip in, then it depends on how much you like her, right? So
if she chips in, she might not want to see you again.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That's me.
If she chips in, she might not want to see you again. So pro tip, guys, if she chips in, she might not want to see you again. And also respect the girl, give the girl some space. Don't try. I mean, I know spending more time with her is good, but if she doesn't want you to walk her back to her car, then please don't walk her back to her car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One thing I just recalled that we didn't talk about was sometimes on the first date, the guy would have already fetched the girl from her place.
Yeah.
So I think when the girl wants you to fetch her from her place, you are already half foot in the door.
Really?
Isn't it?
Okay. I don't know.
Like she trusts the guy enough for her to fetch her to get into his car. Come on.
To be honest, I think that's a very, very dumb move.
Yeah, it is.
For the girl, it's
exactly.
definitely very dumb.
No, because some young girls, they might not know how to drive yet.
Yeah, okay, so like my perception on it first is maybe she doesn't know how to drive. She can always grab there. She can always, get parents or friends to drop her off there.
Oh yeah, now you have Grab, so you have no excuse for being dumb. So
but basically, right, why the girl will lose out is one, if the date doesn't go well, the guy will know where to be.
Then you have to see the guy all the way back home.
And yeah, what happens if the guy gets pissed off with you on a date and then you're stranded?
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, girls.
What happens if she harasses you in the car or touches you and stuff like that and you do not find it like okay?
Listen, yeah.
You're stuck with it.
So girls, pro tip for girls, don't let the guy fetch you on the first date. It's a dumb move.
At least I feel that way. My parents will say the guy should always fetch you. So yeah.
Well, I guess traditionally a lot of girls would prefer the guys to fetch, because that's it. I mean, we see that in movies, right? When the main character goes out on their first date, and then the guy would pick up the girl.
But the thing is, what is not shown in the movies is actually both of them are actually friends first. They actually know of each other, or they know each other's circle of friends. Yep. They do not go on Tinder dates and actually ask the guy for a lift. It's very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, girls out there, don't go out, get into the guy's car on the first date. Go get your own ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I guess this is it for today's episode. I hope you guys learned something. I mean, we did discuss a lot. I actually quite enjoyed today's episode. So, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.